Hey, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Sorry for the short intermission break of videos. It's, hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoyed the time with family. Unfortunately, after our little Thanksgiving trip, there's some sickness in the house. As you know, I'm married with 5 kids and another one on the way. It just makes its rounds. So that's what we've kind of been battling recently here. But I'm back with another quick short episode of Dear Younger Me. And, it's funny, over the past 2 weeks or so, I know I've had like a whole bunch of different thoughts of what I could say about, to my younger self or whatnot. And I forgot them because I didn't write them down, right? But in this episode, or this short video, to my dear younger self, what would I say to him? And it reminds me of a message that I received at church recently in our Wednesday night service. And the passage was in Joshua, and when God was telling Joshua in his old age, right, he was in his 80s, 90s or whatnot, and he had just conquered a lot of the land, but he hadn't conquered the coastal land. And the Lord was saying, hey, look, we still have all this strip of land here that you got to knock out and do. And the message there was, look, there's some remaining time that we have. There's some remaining territory that needs to be conquered. And there's things that remain to be done. So to my younger self, I would tell you, dear younger me, there are some remaining things that need to be done, regardless of how you're feeling. Because I know it's been a little bit of a rough week or rough second half of the year. It could have been a rough year for you. It's just be a lot of things that are going on. But look, God's not done with you. Now, you may not be a believer as I am, but still know that there's a work that can and should and still needs to be done. And the reason why you're still here, or the reason why you still have your family, the reason why you're still breathing, the reason maybe why you're still at your employer, the reason why you're still in that relationship, the reason why you are still playing that sport, the reason why you're still going to school, the reason why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and is because there's still some work to be done, regardless of the difficulties. And so that was good for me. And so I want to remind myself of my younger self, like, look, man, regardless of what it is that you're going through, it's a small thing to the grander scheme, for one, but there is still more work to be done. Even when you feel like you've accomplished, because in the story, right, Joshua has conquered like so many kings already. And yet God was like, all right, there's still more coastland that you got to take the Israelites over and conquer that. Like, I'm not done. I know you're probably tired, you're weary, your body is hurting or whatnot, but there's still more work to be done. And I have delivered these things into your hand. Remember what I told you in Joshua 1? I still have to fulfill that promise. And that's what the Lord is telling. That's what he was telling me. He's like, look, don't forget my promises that I made to you. And when you're being obedient and committing to the process, there are promises that God has made to us, and in our flesh, we forget it. So look, don't you forget it, that, you should be blessed beyond measure, and that there's more that is still called for you to do, even when you think that you've accomplished what you feel it is that you need to accomplish, and you're getting a little tired. You want to take your foot off the gas. So with that little quick short video for you, and to my dear younger me, look, there's more work to do. So until next time, I hope you guys continue to think, live, and be unstoppable. Peace.